Doing, guys? I think all we can do is laugh, but we are here with Monday Night Football, as always, guys. We are joined by Kaylee from Writing to Gary Kelly's. How you doing, Kaylee? Or is that a stupid question?
Yeah, not too bad. Could be better, but could be worse. Not the worst. Saturday night Sunday night with Leeds.
Yeah, exactly. We should be used to it now, to be fair, shouldn't we? These things happen. But yeah, I mean, what we thought we'd do, as always, with Monday Night Football, is just go a bit of a Man United debrief, try pick the bones out of it, try get some positivity back, because I think we need to look at it Is that the right word? Perspectively? I don't know if I'm making up words now as we go along, but yeah, we need to get some perspective. That's what I was looking for, and just have a little bit of a chinwag about it. And yeah, we'll do that. Also, what I want to do as well is just make a few little comments. I've just got some things to say, I guess. Look, if you don't like what we do, then don't watch the channel. Is as simple as I can say. If it's not for you, don't watch it. If you find it embarrassing, again, don't watch it. I don't know why you're embarrassed. I'm not, and I'm doing it. So that's all that really matters, isn't it? So if you don't want to watch it and you find it embarrassing, then you know what to do. Turn it off. Turn it off. Don't watch it. It is what it is. All right? I think that's all I want to say on that matter. But
that's all we can say, isn't it? I mean, some comments coming in, to be fair. A couple of Man United fans joining us already. I mean, Brian's joined us here with a perfectly original 6-2. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Your name's Brian. That's all I need to say. But yeah, I mean, look, it's disappointing, isn't it? Let's go first of all. Don't forget, we have got fantastic sponsors on for this video. As always, they're fantastic football prizes with the Stuart Dallas signed and framed football boot. I mean, look, to be fair, what a goal that was. I know it's like completely means nothing at the end of the day, but what a goal that was off Stewie Dallas. Some fantastic moments from Stewie Dallas in a Leeds shirt. 200 games now he's played for Leeds United, and a fan favourite of the football club without a shadow of a doubt. 99 tickets available. It is closing soon, guys, so check that one out. I mean,
where should we start?
The first 3 minutes.
Let's get Kaylee involved. Tell us first of all, Kaylee, how the Writing the Gary Kelly's pod have took it and have dissected it. What's the key call outs, I guess, from your guys' opinion?
Well, they recorded it right after the match, so actually it was pretty well. Give it a listen. Yeah. Well, obviously, probably the key things we're going to point on tonight was the main issue was conceding 2 goals in the first 3 minutes. Struggled to recover from that during a match. I think that was, even as a fan watching it, the next 8 to 8 minutes, it was too busy getting over the first goal, and then they scored a second goal while we were still discussing the first goal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think we recovered from that. Obviously, was giving praise out as well. Was giving praise out. Meslier, even though we did concede 6, he once again did have a good match. He made about 5 saves right before full time. Yeah. And without that, it could have easily like 8 or 9. 8 or 9 too. But then again, we had chances. Like Jack Harrison had his miss. Bamford, am I right in saying he had a miss with his right foot and obviously his header, and his goal not offside would have been a great goal. It was just a difficult game to really get too many positives out of it. You're always going to get thumped one day in Premier League when you play up there, and just against Man U, the one game that we've waited 16 years to watch, and then within 120 seconds it's kind of done really.
I think that's go on, Kaylee.
I think Man U, they play a lot of counter-attacking football, and they took advantage of that's something we struggle to defend, and they took advantage of it and played off for him. So credit's due for that. It's just, it wasn't the best Sunday evening.
No, it could have gone better. I think that's the thing for Leeds fans. Obviously, there was such a big build-up for us. It meant so much, and I think the fact that we were beat 6-2, I think I mentioned it on my videos. It's like then 10 years that we've had Jermaine Beckford, at the Stretford end in the FA Cup, that's gone now, because this is a simple response of, well, you waited 16 years to play us and we beat you 6-2 on your return. So that's gone. But listen, we do have April to look forward to. And if fans are in the ground in April, I can tell you it'll be a very, very different game. But I think we all accept, and I think that's maybe what's grinding Man United fans a little bit, is that we're quite accepting of the fact that we've gone down the way we did just due to the way that we play football. And we understand that our style suited to these. I look at that Tottenham game in 3 games' time and think, do you know what? If we're not on our stuff, like that could be similar. I don't know what you think, Oscar.
Yeah, no, obviously, I think Son and Kane are still probably a step up on Rashford and Martial, to be honest. I'm not saying, obviously, they're both top players, aren't they? But I still think that game, to be fair, I think Tottenham are better than Man United, to be honest. If I'm being honest, I think they'll finish above Man United in the table. So from that point of view, yeah. But I think the thing is, I think there might have been a few lessons learned from that game yesterday. I think there was a couple of people who are a little bit too comfortable in the team at the moment. And I can't see us lacking that much intensity from the first minute again. I can't see that. I'm so amazed that happened to a Bielsa team. To start the game so slowly. That's just not us. And it's just all happened at once, hasn't it? It's just all happened at once. They've took both their chances in the first 3 minutes. If they miss one of those chances, all of a sudden it's a different game, isn't it? It's just the fact they've had 3 shots, haven't they, really, in the first 20 minutes. They've all hit the back of the net. And that's all we can really say. But to be honest, mate, before they got the third, it could have been 2-2.
Yeah.
We still had 2 quick fire chances after that. Paddy misses them both, and it was just one of those days, really. I think obviously all stats aren't. We've alluded to the fact it was a combination of factors. The reason it was such a heavy defeat. It wasn't just a case of they were miles better than us, and there was a lot more to it than that, I felt.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, let's just have a talk through some of the goals. That first one, Kaylee, it happened so quickly, and McTominay was just allowed to break from deep, and there was just no one there at all. Click was. I mean, by the end, he was miles away from him. Let's be honest, when he's trying to chase him. What do you think? Where was the midfield? Do you think we looked all over the place initially?
Yeah, it seemed to be every time we went forward as a midfield, we just seemed to break apart. And nothing really came from it, and then even defence, they just always slipped by us and through us. The first goal, I was just cracking open my beer, and then we scored. So I had to do the replay. And Klitsch lost him, and again Phillips didn't have a good day at the office.
No.
Just happened so quickly. 2 defending mistakes again. Messi wasn't to blame for them ones. It's just Man U got on the counter all the time and just took advantage of us.
Do you know? Go on.
I'm sorry. I was saying credit where credit's due. Their tactics worked against us yesterday. Best team won. I hate saying it, but
I know. Just on Click and Calvin. Obviously, there's been a bit of debate on social. I've just seen different takes on it. A lot of people saying it's because they were both on a yellow card. For me, I think it was performance-based. What's your opinion on that, Kaylee? Because I thought they were rubbish in the first half.
Yeah, I've always said a mixture of both. But I've got a group chat with some of my mates that are Leeds fans, and I was saying the same thing first half. I was like, I'd take off Calvin Phillips. That would be my choice. Actually, I was surprised when he did do it, though. I didn't think he would take him off. But then you want to save these players because teams like Burnley, we need to be beaten. So I'd rather have him off at half time. He wasn't having a good game. He might be getting agitated. Obviously, we read the week leading up to, was it Phillips after the Newcastle match was going, this is an important game. It's Man U. It's a big game. Have your head on that game. And you don't want agitated Phillips going out for another 45 minutes and risking picking up a yellow and missing a game. So he probably said the decision to make. He wasn't having a great match anyway. Bring on Stroik. And a bit of hype with Stroik as well. Or Shackleton. And Shackleton did open up our midfield when he came on.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Shaq to come on.
Yeah. Just you've mentioned that rousing speech and Calvin going round the dressing room and telling people how important it was. I said this to Oscar yesterday. Next time, Calvin, just don't say out because obviously your rousing speech didn't work, mate. Get someone else to do it. Maybe he's a little bit too nice to be doing. Someone tweeted a video as well of him in the stadium. I don't know if you've seen that, and he was, oh yeah, it's so big, and they were like, look, he's in awe of the situation, and that just made me sick to my stomach. The fact he was like going, yeah, man, it's massive, isn't it? I was like, oh no. But Oscar, what do you make to, obviously, I put in my video, I felt there were no fight, and some people give me a bit of stick for that because we were going to the final whistle and all that sort of stuff. But I meant there was no real, no aggression at all. No.
Not at all. You look at the Scott McTominay, you really just want to see Click and KP picking him up loads quicker than that, especially the second goal, I thought. The second goal, when he's actually run past Click, he's not just actually come up behind him like he did in the first goal. The second goal, and he's took a step over, you're thinking, just get close to him, you know what I mean? Get close to him, just, put a block in, put a challenge in, just do something. And we didn't really do that at all. And obviously the third and fourth goals, we lose both headers in the box. And obviously it leads to the fourth goal. The third goal, Bruno Fernandes is just allowed to run into our box completely untracked and just stand on the edge of the 6-yard box. So I just didn't think there was enough battle for us to that yesterday. I think obviously we showed a bit of quality in the final third, but for me that's not fight. I wouldn't quantify that as fight. Fight to me is pressing, putting tackles in, playing at high tempo, and just showing that general aggression at everything, on corners, set pieces, and I didn't really see that. And that it's rare for us, to be fair. And I think obviously as well, the distance covered. Not often you see that level. I think it was level yesterday. I think
it was close at 91.
That's the thing. But often we're kind of like 5, 6, 7 kilometres ahead of the opposition. I think it was only Chelsea where they actually outrun us on the day. So that was surprising as well from that point of view. And it just felt like Solskjaer's motivational speech probably worked better than Calvin's, is all I can kind of say. I think both know what the game means, and ultimately we weren't expecting that, to be fair. I think we obviously said the likes of Fred, Martial, even Rashford, we were saying didn't know what the game kind of meant, and they did.
They made us look silly, didn't they?
They did, Rashford was just unbelievable. I can't deny that. It was unplayable on the day for them. Absolutely amazing. To be honest, and we just could not cope with him at all.
Just while we're on Click as well, I just want to get your story about being on the train with him, Kaylee. What's this? What's this about?
So that was actually Leeds Huddersfield this season. So the last match ever at Ellen Road of 2020, and it was my birthday as well. And
nice.
We was going back. I live in Lincoln, so he was going back to Lincoln, and we were sat. He was in first class. We wasn't. We was at the carriage just before first class. And the door opened, and I was like, that looks like Click. And we kind of made eye contact, and I was like, oh my God, it's Click. And then the door slammed shut. Then it opened again, so I was like, right, we'll go in then. So we went pounding in, and obviously this was just as COVID was really kicking off. So we weren't allowed to shake his hand or anything. And we got a picture with him. We met him. He was really nice. But then the door kept opening, because obviously he was going to London, but I was getting off in Lincoln. So about an hour and a half, the door kept opening and shutting. And we got a bit awkward after a while, actually.
I was going to say, it sounds it.
32 times smiling weird after a while. It's
As the door like that. Hi, yeah.
About an hour and a half, I opened it and closed.
Hey, class sounds like a movie or something. Class. But was he sound, Jen? Did you have a chat about Leeds or?
Yeah, we just beat Huddersfield, so we was on cloud 9. Obviously, this was when we did go up anyway. So we're going up, and we had a big rousing speech for them, and then we got locked down and didn't play a game for 3 months.
So, where do you stand on Click? Because I've seen a lot of people, and I think it gets labelled at him a lot, Kaylee, is when he doesn't have a great performance, everyone just goes, he's tired, he needs dropping, he's tired. It seems to be labelled all the time, and I've seen a lot of people in the comments mention it as well, and I'm not digging them out because I think there might be something in it as well, but I just wanted to get your opinion. Do you think he looks tired? Do you think we maybe need to take him out? Because he hasn't been great of late.
No, I don't think he looked tired against Newcastle. I thought he had a good game then.
Yeah.
Obviously, he played, about 150 games on bounce he plays.
Exactly, yeah.
So anyone would be knackered after that. The best athletes would be absolutely shattered after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think also you got to look at some of our youngsters. Maybe it is time to rest him for 1 or 2 matches. As I know, and I might jinx for saying this, as I know that Burnley they beat Wolves today, they're in a good form moment, but they should be games we should be beating. So yeah, maybe give Paveda a chance. Maybe give him a starting chance. Yeah. If he's looking, it's his last 2 or 3 games. It's not been the Klitsch we've known for the last 2 seasons in the Bears. So yeah, I think maybe it is time to give him a rest. I think, you can't play every single game week in, week out and not be tired. And we've got some good young players coming through as well. Or even just bring them on at half time, a bit like we did with Jamie Shackleton against Man U. Yeah, just give him half a game's rest and see how we perform without him for a match. Because if he does get injured as well, we do rely on him a lot. Then if he gets heaven forbid, he picks like an ACL or something, is that for 7 months then? And we haven't really got a player right now that we feel fully confident filling his position for more than half a match. Yeah, no, you bang on.
Oscar, just on that, Kaylee mentioned Jamie Shackleton substitute. We said it on the stream, and I said it after the game was gone for me. I think it was 4-1 at the time. Yeah, 4-1 at half time on it. I would have liked to have seen Stuart Dallas remain at right back and just give Jamie Shackleton a run out in his preferred position, rather than saying, right, Jamie Shackleton, you come on and go right back and Stuart Dallas go in the 8. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. Do you think it's about time we gave him a shot in that position? I know he played there, he came on against Villa, didn't he? And then he gave him a start in the next game and it didn't work out.
Leicester, wasn't it, I think?
Yeah,
I mean, I think Shaq's is the most obvious kind of Click replacement we've got at the minute. And for me, that's probably the area where we'll probably look at in January. Obviously, there's been talk again of Rodrigo de Paul isn't going away anytime soon. But to be fair, January is actually only 2 games away now. Burnley, West Brom. After that, the window's open after that point. So it's a case of getting through these next 2 games. I know Click's form is shocking at the minute. I can't deny that at all. I thought that his probably his best game was against Newcastle of recent times, but even then, I thought in that first half he was a little bit sloppy on the ball. But obviously he makes that crucial 3rd goal. But his performances haven't been great. Chelsea, West Ham, even kind of before the last international break, Palace and that lot, Leicester. It's not been great for Mateusz Klich last couple of weeks, and it is something to look at. I think obviously, you're looking at people like Shackleton, Pablo. Do they deserve opportunities now? Obviously Christmas coming up. We've got 2 in 2 days. Burnley to West Brom, and can we play the same team from game to game over that kind of period? We probably will try to, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's a great idea for us. It's certainly with how much energy we use in every game, and the fact Burnley's looking like it's going to be a pretty tough game. They both are, to be fair, but I think Burnley especially. Obviously they're in decent little form going into this game, so we might well need Click in that Burnley game. And the thing is, we can start Click, play an hour, bring him off, and then manage his game time. A little bit like we have done with Pablo, because he's no spring chicken now, Mateusz Klich. He is, I think he's 31 in June, I think it is. So, he's not going to be around forever for us. So we have got to plan for that, for me. I think Sven is pretty much spot on there. He says Everton was Klich's last good game. I probably have to agree with that, to be honest. And it's a hard one, isn't it? Because, you take Klich out, Shackleton has a bad game, then people straight away calling for Klich at half time kind of thing. Get him on now kind of thing. And it's just the way it is. I think it's like that for a lot of our players. A lot of them are just out of form at the minute. I think Jack Harrison's the same. Great against Newcastle, but against Man United, all the same criticisms that are quite valid, to be fair, at the minute, came straight back at him. It's like that for a lot of players. And the problem is, the players that are coming in are not doing the job either. So we've just got that slight problem with the starting 11 at the minute. But they're not bad players. I just think they're lacking confidence a little bit at the moment. Harrison missing that chance that he missed. I know it's 6-2 at that point, but it's a chance to make it 6-3. But to put it that far wide, almost hit the corner flag with it, that's...
Especially when you consider he scored that goal against Newcastle.
Yeah, it's madness. Yeah, it's mad.
Cracking goal.
Yeah. And then you
can score from there, but you can't score from like 6 yards out unmarked. It's madness, isn't it? On his strong foot as well.
It's crazy. I've seen, Kaylee, a lot of people in the comments as well mentioning the likes of Geldhart, Greenwood, obviously Costa, Roberts. They were on fire today against Fulham. 7-1 was it in the end, or 7-0?
I think it was 7 different scores.
Seven different scores.
Cody Drama was on his Instagram saying, I love that.
He's like Fulham, isn't he?
He came from Fulham. But do you think there's a case to start seeing the likes of Geldart Greenwood on the bench, maybe, to mix things up?
I'd say yes. We have the under-23 guys quite a bit on our podcast for Gary Kelly's.
Right.
And Geldart apparently is outstanding. He's a cracking player. He's really one to watch. I know a lot of teams are after him, obviously, when Wigan had their recent issues. We were lucky enough to get him. And I keep hearing things. Obviously, there's the DePaul rumour, then there's the other rumour that we're not going to spend in January. And we do have a cracking youth system. I mean, we're in the top ones in the UK, aren't we, for it? So, I think maybe we do start investing in our youth team, putting some trust in them. Geldart was great for Wigan. He's getting first-team football for him in a much rougher league than what the Premier League is. And he's proven he can score goals. He's proven he's a solid, strong, young attacking player. So I'd say, I think our youth need to get given chances now. We've got our star players now. We've got Rafinha, we've got Rodrigo. Obviously, we've kept all of Callum Phillips and we didn't get promoted in 2019. So, I'd say, give him some of the bench starting. Obviously, I'm living Lincoln and Robbie Gotts is at Lincoln at the moment. And he's another one that apparently I know what Lincoln fans at work are saying he's a great player. They want him to sign him. I'm like, no. So we've got a few players out on loan as well that I wanted to watch. Robbie Gotts, looking forward to him coming back to us. Geldart, looking forward to what he can show replacing football.
There is some great players out here. We've had a super chat coming from Robert Swift. Big shout out Robert Swift. He says, to be honest, I think Ollie and United got a lot right and we got a lot wrong. Mistakes by us gave them the edge and United pounced on our uncertainty. I think that's right. I think if you what happened for me, obviously 2 goals so early on, shell-shocked Leeds United. And we were all over the shop, but there is a lot to be said. Obviously, Rafinha gave it away, I think, for the first. Rodrigo gave it away for the fourth, maybe. There was a lot of errors in there. And I've seen a Man United fan as well just comment as well. And Man United fan here, that was a lot of fun to watch. With better players, you guys are going to make a lot of progress. Don't change how you play. And there has been a lot of stuff in the media about, Bielsa, naivety, tactics, all this sort of stuff. But I would much rather play our style of play than, put, I guess, 11 men behind the ball and just look to nick one. I've seen a lot of people who are coming out and saying, listen, I've got a season ticket at such and such club. We are never in games and we might nick them 1-0. Give me Leeds United and Bielsa ball any day of the week. And I've had to defend him today as well on another podcast. And I don't want him to change the system. I want to get your guys' opinion on it. Do you think there is any case, and I know he won't do it, and I know, Oscar, you thought so yesterday on the stream. Do you think there's a case of, should we be changing our style against teams like Manchester United, against teams like Leicester, against Tottenham in 3 weeks? I know he won't, but I just wanted to get your opinion on it.
I think the thing is, what I was going to say yesterday was at 3-0 after 20 minutes, you could kind of see it was becoming a thrashing. I mean, at that point it's a thrashing, obviously, but you could kind of see it was getting really bad. It was turning into kind of like a 6 or 7. But at that point, I'd have said, the game was probably done after 20 minutes, unless we got a goal straight back or something like that. I thought at that point, we maybe could have stopped pushing Dallas and Alioski so far forward. I mean, Alioski was closer to their goal than he was to our own goal at times, when they were on the ball. So it was just, you're looking at it thinking, oh my word, what's going on? It's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And it kind of did. But I think obviously the 2 goals massively favoured Man United. It always is going to give them a massive boost in the game, in terms of the way the game's going to go. But at that point, the fact it was such a big rival, it was such a big game, to get the one game all season you don't want to lose heavily. At that point, I thought, let's just try and get out of here now. Let's just try and get out of here now. Keep it at 3 to half time, make a couple of substitutions, and try and change it up a little bit. But to be honest, mate, that might not have been the answer anyway. To be honest, I think it's just when you're watching the game, I'm very reactionary sometimes. You're thinking, if we do this, it's automatically going to make things better. But kind of thinking about it afterwards, I was thinking, you know what, our only real way of really hurting them was going forward. To be honest, and maybe it wasn't the right option to go more defensive. But I think from the start of games, if anyone is seriously saying that Bielsa needs to go more defensive, then it's madness. I think I retweeted an absolutely superb tweet I saw yesterday. To be fair, it's one of my favourite accounts on Twitter. He's an absolute genius, this guy. Atroit's Cadet is called. And he just said, I'm not going to get the full tweet up, but basically alluding to the fact that, you know what, they will lose some games. We will win games, but the ultimate thing is that you're going to guarantee that Leeds United will create chances every single game, and that's the main thing. A lot of the teams below Leeds United at the moment are struggling to create chances and score goals. Yeah. There's no team outside the top 6 who will create that many chances at Old Trafford this season. No chance. Yeah. And on another day, if they'd been a bit less clinical, we'd have still been in that game after 20 minutes. And different game then. It really is a different game.
Let's be honest. I mean, they scored from every single shot on target they had yesterday. Not for one moment, Paul G, are we suggesting that we should change the system? I think we're all in agreement that that's what we want. We want the system to continue. Like White Peacock says, he says, no. Let's have a look here. Stephen Mayer says, this style of play is our identity, and I'm happy with it. Bielsa's played this way for 30 plus years with every team he has managed, and he won't change. And I don't want him to either. That's the best. That's the best thing. I did see another comment that I have to flash up as well, because it was absolutely unbelievable. Just bear with me one second while I try and find it. Matt Davis, the Man United game was like my first sexual experience. I waited 16 years for it, and it was all over in 3 minutes. I think that's the perfect take. I think that's
that is pretty spot on, isn't it? You know what I mean? You think it's going to be brilliant, and then it's just like, 3 minutes in, it's just like
climactic.
Yeah, it's just like, all right,
Yeah, we mustn't forget though. Yeah, we mustn't forget that. Let's be honest, right? You had Ayling playing at centre back. Dallas, who's a right winger by trade, playing at right back. Cooper, who, when you talk about levels in the division, he's not up there with the highest level of centre backs. He's not a Virgil van Dijk, is he? You've got Gianni Alioski, who's not on a natural left back. Defensively, it was like sticky patches, square pegs in round holes, all that sort of stuff. Do we have any idea how long Koch and Llorente are going to be out?
Koch has actually tweeted tonight. It was quite a cute picture, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. It was an interesting picture. The lovely German man there. But no, he basically saying that he's fighting fit now. He's hopefully back in training, so that's obviously a massive boost. If he's good, will he be back for Tottenham? I don't know. What a massive boost that'd be. If he's back in the next couple of weeks. I think it changed the whole dynamic. You look at his performance against Watkins, and he's already pocketed a lot of the best strikers in the league already. Aubameyang. If only he'd been on that pitch yesterday, would he have let McTominay waltz into that box? He'd have cock blocked him, wouldn't he? Let's be honest.
Blocked him, yeah. Llorente was a muscle strain, I believe, as well, wasn't he? Is Llorente due back soon?
I think it was a knock from an injury, got on international duty.
Yeah.
So I was it's going to be a few weeks.
Is there a case for obviously Cooper took a knock as well, and we're not sure what's going on there, but is there a case for Pascal to come in at centre-back, Kaylee, do you think?
That's what I'd go for. Yeah, that'd be my first option. And the main thing he also brings as well is a bit of height to our defence. Because our tall, obviously, Melier, our tallest player, is it Liam Cooper at 6'1", 6'2"? And obviously height is a big issue for our defence all the time. Do we really win headers that much? Not that I can see we do.
No,
so yeah, my one would be.
We don't.
Yeah, we don't win headers, do we? Our defence isn't the tallest in the league, and I have to agree with Liam Cooper comment. I think he's a fantastic player. He got promoted to the Premier League, but sometimes his pace isn't all there. I think it's been more. Yeah, he's been caught out a few times this season. Maybe time to give him on. I think he has picked up an injury now, hasn't he? So he might be out for a while. And yeah, I think Big Troy come again. We need to start investing in our youth players with a bit of faith in them. We're not going to go out and sign a world-class defender, I don't think, in the January transfer window. And we have got Stroke now, and obviously he came to us with a good reputation. That he's meant to be a good upcoming player. So yeah, I'd say put him on. I think He started for the season, didn't he? And he got booked quite early on, didn't he? Obviously, pre that booking, I thought he looked good. Every time he comes on for us, he looks good.
Yeah. I thought he was good yesterday. I know he gave away the penalty, but I thought he did all right yesterday. Super chatting from Jack Oscar. Do you want to answer? So he says, I don't want the system to change fundamentally, but we really need to look at slowing down against certain sides. Some things do need adjustment. What do you make to that?
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think at 3-0, we probably just need to slow the game down and keep the ball for 10 minutes, just take the sting out of it a little bit. Because I think even at 2-0, you could probably say that, because we kind of completely lost our heads, didn't we? Let's be honest. At that point, we were giving the ball away in some stupid areas. I mean, Gianni, I don't want to keep talking about Gianni, but he was just all over the place at times, wasn't he? Let's be honest. And look, I do love Gianni Iovski, but he's not a left-back. For me, I think we've all said that. I don't think he's a left-back at all. And I think we've got to look at that area of the pitch, to be honest, and getting Stuart Dallas back into that position. Because if I'm being honest, I think Stuart Dallas is better at left back than he is at right back. If I'm being honest, I think he's looked more comfortable there. But yeah, I think obviously slowing the game down from time to time is what you look for Click to do. Though Click just controls the pace all the time. He knows when to speed it up. He knows when to slow it down, and he just wasn't. He didn't get on the ball enough to even do that. Really, even to even think about that. I mean, whoa, Logan, hang on, calm down a bit.
But why not though? VVD man was out at Celtic and all, and Southampton, and that you never know. He had a bit of a late bloom, really, didn't he? If you think about it, he weren't like you never know. Is there a case, Kaylee? Because I've seen a few people have this take on Twitter. I, at the time, was fuming with it because I was fuming with him, Leif Davis in particular, just because I think he shirked a challenge a little bit later on, and I was so frustrated by that point. I just wanted someone a bit of blood and guts and thunder and a bit of aggression, and there was the opportunity to put a challenge in. He didn't. You might not know what I'm talking about, but I was just so like at that point. But is there a case for Leaf to be given more opportunities? Because left back we know is a troublesome position for Leeds United, and he's not been given a run there. He's come on, obviously played at centre-backs. He's done that in a 3, I think, on the left side in previous games. But do you think there's a case for maybe giving him a shot at left-back? Because he is a natural left-back.
Yeah, I think the aim there is that we're struggling with the left-back position. I mean, we've been struggling for that for seasons, but we're struggling with a left-back position, and we have got a left-back on our bench. So, why not play him? It makes perfect sense to do that. At the moment, we've got a bit of a makeshift defence, haven't we? Obviously, we've got Llorente out, we've got Cock out.
Yeah.
So, bring him on. So Luke Haley's kind of in that centre back role, and he's doing all right. He's not doing too bad at it. But when we have got a fully fit, and if you describe a Leeds player, he's like Phillips, isn't he? Leif Davies is, he's a tough young lad. Bring him on, give him a chance. It's a role that we desperately need to get filled, and we have got a player that can fill that role. So for me, it makes perfect sense to give him a chance.
What about you, Oscar?
I've got to say yes to this. I've got to say my man Leif Davis. Now, to be fair, look, that challenge on that last minute on Fred, he should have been making that for me. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm not going to just say he shouldn't, because he should have been trying to make that tackle. But to be fair, he came on in a difficult situation in the game, playing out of position as well. I'd love to see Leif Davis play left back. The next 2 games, I'd love to see him play, because the game's going to be in front of him a lot. Burnley and West Brom aren't going to push out against us. He's not going to have to do as much defending. Ease him into it. Ease him into it. We know he's a good crosser of the ball. We know he likes to fizz the ball in. We've seen him do it for the 23s. We've seen him do it a couple of times for Leeds, to be fair. I think it was a cup game last season where he put that ball in for Costa. It was a lovely ball into the box. We don't really see our fullbacks do that. It's I'd love to see him get a run in the team. I'd love to see that happen. Do I think it will? I still think Shaq's going to right back, Dallas to left back is more likely. But I think we need to change something. I don't think Johnny's comfortable on that side at all. I think we do need to switch up that left-hand side in general. I think Jack Harrison needs someone else running behind him, and just try and change the combinations out wide. And I think that's all it is at the minute. 1 or 2 changes, and I think the whole team just improves as a unit, to be honest, going into that Burnley game.
Yeah, definitely. Just on some, I know it's hard to do this, Kaylee, but do you take any positives at all from the game yesterday? Is there anything in there that you thought he did okay? Or
Obviously, Meslier again performed well. Even with leading 6, yeah, he's made some fantastic saves. Bamford's goal, if it gone in, sorry, not gone in. Sorry, if it wasn't offside, that would have been a cracking goal. It was hard to watch. Obviously, we conceded 2 goals in the first 3 minutes, so the next, you watch that match, it's a bit of a half out after that. But yeah, I think there are some positives to take. We didn't. It wasn't 6-0 against Sheffield Wednesday. There's been worse times being a Leeds fan. Like, it's not for it's Man U. Like, it's not the worst I've seen us play. What we need to remember is our midfield, that for them are the team that finished 13th in Championship 3 seasons ago, and then their single defender, Harry Maguire, is worth more than our entire starting 11. So with players they've got, sometimes you cannot compete to that level. Man U, sorry, we've got a team that, and I hate saying it, but some of the players they have, they should be playing Champions League football. It's amazing they're not. I'm so glad they got knocked out.
Yes.
But we can't compete with some of the teams in the Premier League with the amount of money they spend and the quality of players they have. So I think we did, once they put up a good fight, because it was such a frustrating watch. But we was constantly attacking, even when we were 4-0 down, even the last minute of the game when you're 6-2 down, you're not going to go score 4 goals in 3 minutes. I love Man U to 2 in 2 minutes. But we were continuously attacking all the way through. We don't give up. We're constantly pushing forward, trying to get that another goal, even to the very end. Like when we was 3-0 up against Aston Villa, 94th minute, still pushed him for that 4th goal. So I think if I was, I know a few Man U fans I've spoken to today, they were saying, it was a good show. Leeds put up a good battle. There was always attacking. As you can't switch off with Leeds United. You don't switch off for 2 minutes and we're straight in there and hopefully scoring. So yeah, I think we just need to view it more as a learning curve. I think it wasn't the Leeds we used to be watching for the last 2 years. It was quite shocking, really, wasn't it? It was just a bit all over the place for a lot of the match. So I'd say the positive you could take from it is view it as a learning curve. We found points there, really Man U have proven we can be pulled apart very easily. Our makeshift defence, we can learn from that now. We need to get a left back role filled. We need to get that centre back role filled. So yeah, I'd say the positive really just view it as a learning curve.
Yeah. And Oscar, do you have any positives, mate? I know Kaylee's mentioned Meslier and a learning curve, which I think is fair enough. Because if Meslier, I've seen some crazy takes on Twitter talking about get Kiko back. I don't know what they are thinking. That is got to be the worst take of anything out of that game for me, to say that Kiko's the answer. If Kiko's in net this season, we're bottom of the league.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Budge over Sheffield United. We're coming.
Yeah, it would have been mental. But Oscar, any positives at all?
The full-time whistle. To be fair, thought that was a good positive.
Weren't we at the end for the last 10 minutes? We were going, just please end it.
Just blow it. Please. No added time. Just It was. Look, we caused some problems. That's the thing. I still think watching that game compared to West Ham, it still wasn't as bad as West Ham. I'm going to go that far. I thought West Ham was. If we'd have played like we did, West Ham, we created nothing. We created virtually nothing after that penalty. Chelsea, we created virtually nothing after we scored in the first minute. I didn't think it was as bad as that. Obviously, defensively it was, but as a whole team performance, I didn't think it was as bad as that game. I know the result was, but it's just the way it was, the way the game went as such. But yeah, I guess I look at Rafinha's performance. I've got to say, Rafinha, I thought did well. When he went onto the left hand side. That's a positive because we're seeing Rafinha can do a job on the left. Can we put him on the left, Paveda on the right, maybe? If we're not happy with Jack Harrison, I think the big thing keeping Jack Harrison in the team at the moment is no one else kind of steps up when they come in. If we can get a performance at Paveda, we know we can play Paveda off the right, Rafinha off the left, and have some threat out wide, and get the balls into the box for Bamford, click on the late runs, Rodrigo on the late runs, and we can, start scoring more goals again, because we just scored 5 against Newcastle. There's no problem with our goal scoring. De Gea. I've seen Man United fans say De Gea wasn't that good. My word, you really do not have a clue if you genuinely think that. De Gea holds that defence together. He has done for 7 years now, is it? 7 years. The 3
made some good saves yesterday as well.
Oh, that save off Rafinha. World class that save off Rafinha, and not just that. There's a couple from distance as well. He's a top goalkeeper, and I think the other positive is that they're not going to win the league. They're not going to win the league. I can tell you that from now. All Champions League. They might win the Europa League, but I'm not really bothered about that. There is no chance when they play Liverpool in 4 weeks' time that they're going to keep Salah and Mane quiet with that back four. It's not going to happen. So I'm fine about that. They can talk about it's going to be title 21. We're going to win title 21. You're not even top of the league. And you're talking like that. Get out of here. I
think Man United fans as well, just to caveat it, nearly every team that comes up against Leeds United and puts in the effort that you need to do in order to compete with us go on to lose the next game. We've seen that with Chelsea. So just want to caveat that. You'll probably lose next time out. I'm not sure who you've got, but fingers crossed.
We've got Leicester next time out. So if they lose that game, Locks is never coming on a live stream ever again if Leicester don't do the business.
Exactly.
That is the marker now. Leicester have got to do the business now.
Chelsea are currently beating West Ham, so maybe we'll have to bin Corey off as well, who's normally on our channel, who's a West Ham fan, Kaylee, who normally comes on with us and has a chat. So if they don't get anything from Chelsea, he'll probably be banned as well. Just
there was another positive as well, actually.
Yeah.
From a corner, a header from a corner.
Oh, damn! Yeah, wow, yeah. It was a good header as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, Busy Cooper get his first goal for us as well.
It was.
Anthony Captain scores.
Yeah, and Premier League goal at that as well. I bet he never thought you were going to get that, to be fair. So big shout out Cooper for that. Yeah. I think my main positive, I think the only one for me who apart from Melier is Rafinha. I thought Rafinha still had a good game. I know he gave it away for the first, but he still created and he still got himself in dangerous positions. And if if De Gea doesn't have a barnstorm, he gets a couple of goals as well. Do you know what I mean? So I thought he was pretty decent, to be fair, Rafinha, and I've just been impressed with him every time he's played, to be fair. Moving on then, obviously.
Can I just say, though, Oscar's still salty 24. I'm not salty. I'm just telling you facts. I'm telling you straight facts. If you can tell me with a straight face that you're competing with Liverpool and Manchester City this season, then I'm not sure, to be honest. Can you really say with a straight face that Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof are competing with Liverpool and Manchester City this year?
As well.
They are shocking defensively. Shocking at the back.
They were shocking at the back. I know you won the game 6-2. You weren't great at the back. I mean, we still created a lot of chances. I don't particularly rate them. It's just coming up against Leeds United, and we said this all week leading up to the game, and I'll say it leading up to the Tottenham game, and we said it before Leicester. It's the perfect foil for Bielsa ball. And when you have players like Rashford, Martial, Bruno Fernandes, Dan James to an extent on the break that have pace and good technical ability, all it takes is for one person to break that man marking system and they're through, and that's what happened. I know Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come out and said he used Bruno to move KP around the pitch, meaning we were left with open spaces, which we did see. So if he's being genuine, then fair play. I still think he's a gash manager. I still think he's a glorified PE teacher. But that's just my opinion. It is what it is.
That's cheered me up, that comment, to be fair. That's cheered me up. So I'm just reading some of the comments, sorry. Right, okay, let's look ahead. We've got Burnley and West Brom up next. What's the minimum points return, Kaylee? Or what's your heart saying and what's your head saying for them next two?
If you asked me after the Newcastle match, it would have been like 6 points. My heart is still saying 6 points. These are the teams we should be beating, but my head's probably saying 4.
You'd take 4 though, wouldn't you?
I'd take 2 after Sunday. But yeah, I'd be surprised if we don't beat one of them. I mean, surely we've got to beat West Brom. Sam Allardyce cannot be the tactical mastermind that.
I'm worried about him though. I am worried about him because I know they got beat.
It's the man for the job, isn't he?
Yeah, I know they got beat by Villa 3-0. but he only had a couple of days to work with them. By the time Leeds come around, he's had 2-3 weeks.
I think the lucky thing with the Burnley match, I mean, Burnley are very good at set pieces, which is a bit of a worry. But they don't play as much attacking football as some teams, we've lost points again. They're not as much good at the counter-attack as Manchester United are. So I think, even though they did beat Wolves today, I would say probably we need to beat Burnley, and that's a game I would confidently say we should get 3 points from. And West Brom, it could be a bogey team, couldn't they? I mean, there was 3-0 against Chelsea, and then it was 3-3. So that was a bad result. Chelsea, obviously, a very good one for West Brom. At the same time, there was 3-0 up. Shouldn't be drawing from 3-0 up. I know we did against Cardiff last season. But I'd say 4 points. I think, thankfully, both teams play the style of football that we should be picking up points from. It's just obviously Leeds, isn't it? Sometimes we're fantastic, other times we don't really show up. But no, I'm confident I'm going to say 4 points. My heart says 6, my head says 4.
Yeah. I think my favourite tweet, which I found today, I don't know if you remember that interview with Gattuso.
That is just brilliant.
Someone said, Lee, sometimes very good, sometimes very shit. I was like, and that for me was just like, that is brilliant. At the time you're fuming, but this is the thing with Leeds fans. We have a sense of humour. Yeah, we have a little bit of character, and we can see the funny side of things. Yes, we've just been beaten by our rivals 6-2, but it's like I seen a take on Twitter was saying, yeah, but our U's won 7-1, so in actual fact it's 9-7 aggregate over the weekend. Just little things like that. And I thought that Gattuso one was absolutely brilliant. Right, okay. Oscar, talk to me about Burnley. I want to know Burnley, right? Because look, they were in a dire run of form. They were doing really poor, and now they've started to get results. They have drew against Everton 1-1. They're unbeaten in the last 4. Beat Arsenal away, which I know is pretty easy at the minute.
They only won 1-0 at Arsenal, mind you. I was saying that we didn't beat Arsenal, did we? No, forget that comment.
That looks such a poor result now. It looks such a poor result. Drew against Villa and then beat Wolves tonight 2-1. So talk to me, are you worried about that game?
I mean, they're defending well, aren't they? They're keeping a lot of clean sheets. To keep a clean sheet at Villa is good, to be fair. I know we did it, but they've done well there, keeping Grealish and that lot out. Defensively, Sean Dyche's team's always going to be organised. But again, we'll have a lot of the ball. They're not massively threatening in open play, as Kaylee said. It's mainly set pieces, really. Barnes and Woods, Tarkowski, Ben Mee, etc., etc. So that's the big worry. Obviously, crosses into the box. That's what they're going to target us on, height, isn't it? They're going to get Woods trying to play off Luke Ayling, you'd imagine, in the air as such, and they're trying to get those mismatches. But I'm still confident 4 points. And I think the all stats, aren't we, lads, will say we've got like a 1.267% chance of winning both games or whatever it is. You know what they're like at all stats, aren't we? They'll say, and they are correct in saying, totally correct in saying, 4 points from the next 2 games will be a superb return. Will be a superb return for us. It'll be, I think it will that put us on 18 points from, no, it wouldn't it? Put us on 21 points. 21 points from 16.
I'm going to have to find the tweet that was put out later on about, people linking us to Norwich. And there was actually a tweet about points return after this stage of the season. And we're like, I think the second best on that list, maybe.
Only Sheffield United have beaten last season. We're better. So it sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So we're totally fine. I think my only thing with that Burnley game, it would be horrible to see a Charlie Taylor cross and a Chris Wood header as they beat us 1-0 in the like 8-9. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Was it
Chris
Taylor?
Wood for us, sorry. I know Chris Wood. It was 1-1, wasn't it? Yeah, but I know it was Chris Wood that got the last minute for us.
Yeah. What time was it? Charlie Taylor? Could it have been?
I don't think it would have been then, would it?
Yeah,
no,
Monk.
His final season with us.
Maybe
Gary Monk's 2017-ish. Emergence one now, doesn't it?
Someone in the comments let us know
what that game was.
Supplied the assist to Chris Wood when he scored that last-minute equaliser against Newcastle.
It was Kemar Roof. I'm pretty sure. I remember I was there looking. I couldn't see.
Yeah,
You're that high up at Newcastle. You can't. Yeah. It was Rufo or Pablo. I remember the goal though.
That walk up them stairs is the hardest walk you will ever do in a football stadium.
You take your life in your own hands at that point. You don't ever get it out.
Upstairs, you see people like, save yourself.
Have you ever been the top stand at Wembley before? You know, like the third tier at Wembley? No. Oh my God, you get a warning ticket being like it's steep and God. Like a 90-degree angle almost.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. What we'd give though to be walking up them stairs, or being in a football stadium right now, fingers crossed. But Burnley game's a big one. Obviously, Burnley is now Sunday, I believe. Sunday, 12 o'clock.
Sunday.
Boxing Day, yeah. Oh, it's Sunday now. Sorry.
Yeah, Sunday. I believe it's been moved to Sunday.
27th. It's 27th, I think, isn't it? Yeah, 27th and. Yeah, 27th and 29th, I think it is, isn't it? The next two.
Also, we've got one within 2 days, yeah?
Yeah, so I think West Brom have got the advantage, a longer turnaround. I think they've got a 24-hour... I might be wrong on that, but I think they've got 24 hours on us going into that West Brom game. We're playing like 48 hours, they've got 72 hours. So those little advantages going against Leeds, I'm not surprised. Are we surprised? No.
I'm going to give this. I'm going to just flash Louis Vivar's comment up. He joins us on the stream and just bashes Alioski all the time and writes it. He does. He does. So I just wanted to give him his moment. He believes our problem is the mad Macedonian Gianni Alioski. Right. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. So someone's asked, Joe. We've got a couple suggesting we sell Alioski. Maybe not sell, but. Forts, I think he can do reasonably well. Roberts, though. So, would you want to bin him out then? Like I know we touched on it earlier. Is Alioski the weakest part of our starting lineup? Do you think?
I mean, as a left back, the thing I do always feel for Johnny because he's not a left back. You know, you're putting someone there. It's like saying
against Newcastle, weren't he?
Yeah, again, it's like saying put Pablo CDM and expect him to perform. It just doesn't suit Alioski at all. Alioski suits playing, for me on the left or the right, a bit further up the pitch because I know he's not got the craft of a Jack Harrison or the dribbling of Rafinha, but he's still good for a goal. Last season he still got a lot of important goals. That whole game when he came on and he just won us the game basically on his own, and he's got that in him, but. I'd definitely, for another season at least, I'd like to see Johnny stay. I don't think he will leave. There's no way Bielsa would sell someone who he sees as key as Alioski. But on Roberts, though, I think we've already mentioned, I think it was Matt. I don't know, mate. Tony Capaldi, George McCartney, just left backs. I'm thinking Lawrence de Bock, Shane Lowry. There's just the list is endless. The list is endless. But yeah, I mean, obviously Tyler. I think it was Matt who mentioned it off writing the Gary Kelly's a couple of weeks ago. Probably Huddersfield makes a lot of sense for him. I think that makes a lot of sense in January. 6-month loan there, get some game time, and under Carlos as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say sell him. I'd say loan him out. Is he 21, 22, isn't he? Still quite young.
Yeah, Tyler. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's still time. Yeah, I just think he needs a run of games. A championship level squad playing his preferred position, and then let's see where he's at. Right, okay, it's that time for 1 to 5, where Kaylee Cooper from right in the Gary Kelly's, who's been an absolutely fantastic guest, thank you, will take us through her 1 to 5, her ultimate Leeds 5-a-side team. Of course, we've only got one guest as well tonight. Sorry, we had someone who had to do something at home. We were supposed to have Statman. He will be with us again in the new year, so don't worry, we'll get him on. But yeah, this is about Kaylee. This is Kaylee's time. Let's flash up that team, Kaylee. We want you to take us through your 1 to 5.
So I'll start with goalkeeper. Schmeichel, obviously not our most infamous or best goalkeeper ever had, but for me, I've sort of been gutted when we sold him. I was saying it was Ken Bates, that wasn't it, that sold him, it being like a big farce. And yeah, I was just gutted. When he first came to, I was convinced that he was going to start a long career with us and obviously do something to what his dad did with Man U, but with us. It never happened, so that one's always upset me. So we did a five-a-side team just for that reason only, not for how good he was. Just, that one when I was younger, just was really upset when he left us. And then, Calvin Phillips, obviously our current best player, Leeds through and through. If you had to put a Leeds United player into a person, it's Phillips. He's he's Yorkshire Pearler, like Billy Bremner, he'll go down as a legend for us. And he's, just a great guy all round.
Apart from his rousing speeches, obviously.
He used to calm down on his team talks. He's got too nice of a smile to do an aggressive chat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's got dimples. He's too nice to do aggressive talks. And then, so James Milner for me, obviously, again, Leeds lad, he's still the Leeds fans. And if you had a five-a-side team, and say if one of your mates had to drop out last minute, whether it was your goalkeeper, your left back, your right back, your striker, your midfielder, he'd fill that role. He plays everywhere. And he'd be a cheap round of drinks, he doesn't drink. So when you go to the pub after, he'd be cheap. But he's just the most.
Do you know what, Kaylee? That's the actual first time we've had James Milner in.
It is, isn't it? I think it.
Really?
Yeah.
He could just play everywhere, can't he? If you had a five-a-side team, he'd just be all over the pitch and he'd be fab.
Yeah, true.
Fill every role. And then Hernandez, obviously, he's great. I'd have him on. Obviously, Hernandez, when he can do a full match fitness, fantastic. That goal for Swansea, he needs a pain for that, so he'd be in my five-a-side team. And then Mark Viduka, he is arguably my all-time favourite Leeds player. I had him at the back of my shirt growing up. I used to have a poster on my bedroom wall. I loved him so much. And so I wrote an article for him for Harry Kelly's. I think it was my first article I wrote for him. And he was just outstanding striker. That Liverpool match where he got the 4 goals, we could have done with him last night, actually. Could have really done with Matt Viduka last night.
Yeah.
So, he's a clinical striker, isn't he? He was fantastic for us. I was gutted when we had to sell him. Loved having him back on my five-a-side team. For me, probably he'll be the player I tell my children about when I'm older, Matt Viduka.
I love that.
He just loved him so much growing up. Him and then Jermaine Beckford. But for me, Matt Viduka made the cut. It was close in between them two for a striker.
I like that team though. Obviously got KP. A lot of people have now picked KP as a defender in the team. It's obviously Schmeichel's an interesting one. I remember Schmeichel obviously in that. It's only one season he played for us, but I remember a game going to Forest, I think it was, away from home, and we got absolutely battered for 45 minutes. It was just basically save after save after save, and I think we won the game. And I was thinking it's one of his. I think it might have been his debut, possibly. But I just remember that and thinking, wow, what a keeper! But I mean, the thing is, he had Andy O'Brien in front of him, Paul Connolly, George McCartney. Darren O'Day, I think, was in front of him, or Darren O'Dear, or whatever you want to call him. I mean, Alex Bruce. I just felt sorry for him. You can see there's a top goalkeeper there, but he just had too much to do.
And he's a Premier League winner. He's a Premier League winner, and he's gone on and
the only
he's done
father and son to win it.
Is that? Oh, nice.
Is it?
Yeah,
Only father and son.
I think it's only father and son, to ever win the Premier League.
Nice.
And he's still one of the best in the league now, really. If you ask him, you look at his consistency, how well he's done the last couple of years. I'm sure our man Locks will certainly argue that as well. I mean, he's not particularly young now as well. 33, I think 33, still going strong, and it's an interesting one. Obviously, Jimmy Milner there. It's surprising, first time seeing Jimmy in the team. To be fair, and getting the old Ribena down at the pub as well.
It'd be a cheap round.
Yeah, I love that.
Ribena, isn't it? He drinks.
Yeah, he's a Ribena fan. Yeah. He doesn't designated driver. You never have to worry about that.
I'm telling you, that's class. I'll tell you what we'll do. Kaylee, if you can send us across that article that you did for the writing the Gary Kellys, because normally what we do when we've got 2 people on, we normally put both teams out and we get people to vote. Obviously, what we'll do tonight, because we've only got yourself on, if we put that on and just put the article with it as well on the thread, Oscar, if you could do that and just explain why you picked Kaylee, and I think it'll be interesting. I love that you put Jimmy Milner in there because I just love the man, I know, obviously. Yeah, it's just brilliant. I hope one day he'll come back in some capacity.
January, mate. January.
Jagielka went back to Sheffield United. I always hope we
that.
Yeah.
The thing is, like you say, he can play everywhere, right? He can play everywhere. He can do a job, and he'd be a bit like Dallas, I think, in a way. You know, because Dallas literally plays everywhere in this side. It'd be just Dallas with much more ability. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he's going in... Yeah. I just want him back in some sort of capacity. But yeah, I love that team. But Kaylee, before we finish, I always do this to our guests. I put you on the spotlight. Where can we find you? What do you do? Here's your moment. Tell everyone who's watching what it is you do.
So for writing the Gary Kellys, I do podcasts and articles for them. Obviously, as the name gives it away, we're as much like you guys. We're a Leeds United-based Twitter, Facebook, Instagram page. So yeah, give us a follow. I tend to do a lot of articles on players. We've got one coming out quite soon about things you can spend your Christmas money on. So we've got like a list of the top 10 things coming out. And yeah, we've started our podcast as well. So currently we're doing it after every match, do like a match review about it. So yeah, I wasn't in last night's one, but they did do one last night, and it was directly after the match. So it is a good listen. And yeah, it's positive one. Obviously discuss the issues that we discussed tonight. But yeah, positive take on it all. So yeah, give Writing the Gary Kellys a follow.
Good. I think that's the best one we've had there. You've smashed it. We've had a few Writing the Gary Kelly guys on. I think that was even better than Matt's. You'll have to tell him. You'll have to tell him. Although it might not be happy that you didn't put Gary Kelly in your 1
I
to
realised
5.
that.
Yeah, to be fair.
Names halfway through. I was like,
But any pearls of wisdom to leave us with, Oscar, before we go?
Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't feel like it, but it's 4 days away, guys. 4 days away. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Just from my own standpoint as well, I don't know what about Oscar, but I'm going to now go on hideout Christmas. I have children. I have a partner. That'll be me now till
I keep
Sunday.
thinking you're going on the X Factor the way you're doing that then.
I'm going for Christmas number 1. But no, I'm guys, from my standpoint, I'll see you now Sunday, which will be your Burnley watch along, because I'm going to enjoy Christmas. I want all you to watch this. It's been a rubbish year. Make sure you enjoy Christmas. Have a great new year and all that jazz. And I'll see you on Sunday for the watch along. I'm going to spend some time, because all these TVs like here all the time, like in here, and I just want to be able to go away and let me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm turning my phone off, I'm deleting my apps. Yeah, I'm just gonna have some time with the family, because our lass hates it. But yeah, Sunday 11 o'clock for your watch along. Oscar, have you got anything coming up?
We'll try and do something. We'll try and do something beforehand. Try and do a little match preview. And yeah, we'll get someone. I wonder if we can get a Burnley fan. Maybe do a little opposition match preview. Any Burnley fans you want us to ask, guys? Comment. Comment any Burnley fan. I can't actually think of any off the top of my head who do media. If you can comment who you want on the channel, we'll try and get them for you guys. So smash it in the comments. Do
they have internet in Burnley?
I mean, we're not going the right way to get him on the channel there, mate. I was going to have the gag, but maybe do it after the kebab.
Yeah, exactly. No, but thank you so much for coming on, Kaylee, and helping us.
It's been recommended.
Yeah, there you go. Helping us exercise the demons from yesterday's game. Thank you for those that have joined. I'm getting my words wrong now. Thank you for those that have joined us tonight. Have a smashing Christmas. Thank you for all the support, as you always do. Smash a like on the video before you go on your way out. Check out that Man United content if you fancy as well, if you can bring yourself to do it. And we'll see you in a bit. We're going to do the awkward bit now where we end the stream.